One of the most important aspects of schooling and education is the process of teaching and learning. The presence of a conducive atmosphere and congenial environment can really impact this aspect of the students as well as that of the teachers. The methodologies and teaching strategies adopted by the school and teachers can play a pivotal role in the results and performance of students. The methods and strategies are what makes teaching and learning interesting and contributes to the atmosphere of this classroom. The arisal of COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent problems as its consequence have made the process of teaching and learning more difficult than ever. The enforcement of lockdowns led to a hard time for schools to look for new ways of reaching out to the students. To tackle this issue, Government Higher Secondary School Mon adopted the method of online and offline classes for the conduct of classes during these pandemic years.
The pandemic has taken all of us aback and has caused further shock to the education system, with schools forced to shut down during the lockdown period and the transition from physical classes to online mode of teaching and learning. In the case of my school, that is GHSS Mon, which is located in one of the remotest districts of Nagaland, and most of the students coming from economically challenged background, this sudden transition from physical classes to online mode of teaching and learning had been and continue to be quite a challenge.
Online tutorials and classes through Google Meet, Google Forms, WhatsApp, YouTube were used for the conduct of online classes during the lockdown period. And when the restrictions were lifted, offline classes were started. The learning was thus consistent and spontaneous all throughout the academic year. The major objective being students' learning was not deeply affected and that they were made ready and capable of successfully appearing the different assessment exams.
This was well received by students and teachers. The topics taken during online classes, it was made continuous. It was a smooth transition for us. Our tasks were made easy as most of the notes were given through PDF during online classes. We could now concentrate more on classroom teaching, remedial classes, conducting tests, which is helping the students, and I'm confident that the students will do better in the coming exam.
Even during these online classes, we were conducting tests and other exams, and we could see that though the achievement level initially was not up to the mark, slowly as days passed by, we could come up with more students performing better in their academics. And as the school opened after the coronavirus pandemic, we could see that the students were not left out. Slowly they started to come to school, and we could see that their achievement level started going up. And as the exams were conducted, they performed better and they kept improving. Eventually, when the results of NVSE came out, we could see that the students performed well, and rather if we look at the previous year's result, there was no change, rather improvement in our school result from previous years.
The success of the application of this mode of teaching and learning was visible from the response from the students and how well it was received by them.
The process of learning online and offline classes has helped me a lot and to the other students as well. In keeping focus and looking to the academic year, our teachers have maintained online classes regularly by using online methods like Google Meet, in which the students keep their regular in touch with the books, so that it will make it easier as the offline classes resume.
Ever since the outbreak of COVID-19, there has been shut down in the schools, so our school has conducted online mode of education, which has a great impact in students as well as in their studies. Online classes during pandemic help a lot in learning as well as in being in touch with books. Through the coordination of schools as well as teachers during lockdown, the arrangement of online classes and online tutorial has helped a lot in learning process.
Our teachers has helped us in all possible ways, whether it is in pandemic situation or in normal days, for preparation for our exam, like sharing PDF notes and taking online class at every scheduled time like normal days, which helped me to continue in my offline class without any hindrance.
With the concerted efforts of the school authority and the teachers, we could somehow manage to reach out to the students in higher classes through Google Classroom, Google Meet, and WhatsApp. And for the students in lower sections, we found out that the online mode of teaching and learning was not so feasible for them, taking into consideration the cultural, social, and economic background of the local people here. Therefore, we distributed printed notes to them, maintaining all SOPs. That's how we managed to make teaching and learning continuous, and thereby students' learning was ensured during the lockdown period.
The improvement that I've seen in the students' performance over the online mode of learning is because students were allowed to learn at their own pace, as well as they were more comfortable to put up their doubts over phone calls or texts, unlike face-to-face classroom learning. And also, in order to give a clear concept, the students were made to involve in hands-on activities. So this first-hand knowledge helps them to retain the lesson for longer period. A peer group was also formed, and the students took keen interest in learning and assessing themselves from their peers.
Right after COVID cases has gone down to some extent, we started offline classes following the protocols as given by the government of Nagaland. There wasn't much problems with the completion of the syllabus and the understanding of the students related to their syllabus. Because we made sure that even during the pandemic, we had online classes strictly following normal classroom routines.
I must say that our efforts did not go in vain, because the school achieved 100% pass percentage in science stream, 82% in arts, and 19% in class 10 during the last board exam results.
This presentation highlights when the teaching and learning fraternities come together and adopt a strategy with full conviction and dedication, then sky is the limit in terms of achievement of results. Nothing is impossible. A look at the results of Government Higher Secondary School Mon during the pandemic-affected years will show how well they have done and prevented the pandemic from conjuring any disaster with regard to the results and performance of the students and the school.